Welcome back. So I've already talked about the cell and creature stages in the first part of my Spore review, so let's get cracking with the rest of the game and its tribal, civilization and space stages. The tribal stage is really RTS light. You harvest food by hunting and fishing or gathering and try to destroy or impress other tribes. As you do so, you increase the number of tribesmen you can support and unlock various huts to buy for your encampment, which let you equip your tribe with weapons and tools and musical instruments to play to your neighbours. This is all quite charming, and while the challenge rating is pretty damn low, it acts as a great tutorial for anyone new to RTS-style gaming, and you do have to keep one eye on your camp for creatures scavenging for food or other tribes attacking while your focus is concentrated elsewhere. There are nice touches like being able to domesticate wild creatures who then play guard dog, and the special traits your leader inherits depending on how you played the previous stage. My carnivorous and aggressive bastards got cluster bombs and a cool trap for lowering in prey. You no longer get to edit your creatures, but you can dress them up with various sartorial accoutrements, most of which give them statistical bonuses. The camera, which you can now move freely around the world, is pretty good, but took some getting used to, and the tutorials, while generally comprehensive, left out a few details, such as how to actually equip items from the huts once they'd been placed. Near the end of the stage, your creatures start to discuss more advanced ideas amongst themselves, and you'll be ready to advance to civilization, starting by creating your own city hall. This is again an RTS stage, requiring you to dominate your world by conquering cities militarily, converting them to your religion, or becoming economically dominant through trade and diplomacy. You build cities by buying houses, factories and entertainment halls, the location of which will create a network of links which you strategically engineer to produce the most wealth whilst still keeping your inhabitants happy. There are also gun turrets for defending against other cities or wandering epic creatures, and you build military or religious land, sea and air vehicles to claim spice mines and interact with other cities. Although the complexity amps up quite a lot from the previous stage, it is still by no means tricky, and tactics don't need to consist of much more than attrition, especially if you're using inherited advantages like your mighty bomb. That said, you'll often be fighting on multiple fronts, which is exciting and exploits some fantastic animation for panning around the world. Also, the editing becomes a bit of a double-edged sword. In one sense, it's fantastic to have so much control as you design every building and every new vehicle. But while this is fun at first, when you're in the middle of a campaign for world domination, having to take time out to build yet another item can either seriously interrupt the flow or leave you frustrated if you hastily botch something together or just use someone else's design. It's also never made clear whether you're designing purely for looks or if additions that have functional sounding names give you any benefits. The city anthem editor and the decorative plants and fountains you can add are nice, but at this stage can just feel like a distraction. Also, the civic outfit editor is pretty poor, with many items not really fitting or attaching to your creature correctly. Eventually, you'll dominate and be ready to go into space. Design your ship and learn how to fly, and off you go. There really is so much to do here. Explore other worlds, develop colonies and expand your empire, terraform planets, make friends or enemies with alien races, trade goods and spices, find and collect rare items. There is an ultimate goal, to get to the centre of the galaxy, but the emphasis is much more in exploring and doing your own thing. And again, although we're now going sandbox, the optional tutorials and missions give you a great structure to explore this massive level and the various things you can do. You earn badges as you go through, which unlock parts you can buy for your ship or your colonies. It all looks fantastic too, and there are neat contact moments with earlier stages in the game where you'll see those what the f*** moments where spaceships flew over your tribal hut from the other side. Overall, this is a very successful product. The cell and creature stages are very nearly perfect, and while a few flaws creep in with the rest of the game, it's still really enjoyable. The general character of the game and the sophistication and ease of use of the editors are excellent, and Spore, rather wonderfully, brings all of this, plus a dizzying conceptual scope and the potential complexity of RTS and sandbox gaming to the casual market, with a friendly and unintimidating learning curve. And while hardcore gamers, particularly RTS veterans, won't find Spore much of a challenge and will probably find its shortcomings more annoying than the average casual gamer would, there's still a lot of entertainment and interest to be found here. 5 stars.